Hello friends, thank you for watching this vlog and don't forget to subscribe for this vlog. Of course, the main topic of this week for Ukraine is the tension between Zaluzhny and Zelensky. I want to remind you that President of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, wanted to dismiss the High Commander of the military forces of Ukraine, Valery Zaluzhny, from his post, but still we don't have an order for this dismissal. And this situation is, for nowadays, it looks like more and like a play chess, Zugzwang, Zaluzhny, Zelensky, Zugzwang. When any new step of any side worsening this side position. Why it happened? Because political situation. Because Ukrainian President Zelensky is waiting for a statement from Zaluzhny for his own dismissal. Zelensky wants that Zaluzhny show his own will to be dismissed from this position. And Zaluzhny is not going to make such step. Zaluzhny is waiting for the order from Zelensky for his dismissal. Why it happened? Because of political positioning. Zelensky's team understands, and personally President of Ukraine understands, that if he will dismiss forcefully way Zaluzhny, it means that Zaluzhny will start his political career in Ukraine. And nowadays Zaluzhny is more popular in Ukraine than even Zelensky. It means that Zaluzhny will be behind the possible future problems in the front. He will go to the political career with a white helmet, like a hero of the war, like a person who was dismissed by the corrupted Ukrainian politicians. He will be hero in the public eyes, in the front of public eyes. And Zaluzhny also understands this. So this Zugzwang between the sides could be resolved by the problems in the front, by the or by the interruption of our Western partners, or maybe the President of Ukraine will make these decisions, even taking account the worsening of his own political positioning after this decision. In any case, Zaluzhny is not going to be silent in this situation, and he published his essay in CNN, American mass media, and of course there were a lot of words about how we can win this war with Russia. But the main words were, but there was a lot of kicks and strikes on Ukrainian politicians also. Of course, Zaluzhny is not naming Zelensky personally, but he wrote in his article that the political instability in Ukraine is worsening our military forces. Moreover, the problem of military forces also is that the civil bodies of Ukraine, it means the government, parliament, president, are not able to make a right mobilization. And it's also weakening military forces. Of course, the situation could be resolved at any moment, or can continue forever. But it shows us that how deep is the tension between Zelensky and Zaluzhny, and how difficult it could be to resolve them. Maybe on this situation could make influence the Mrs. Nuland who came to Ukraine this week and Victoria Nuland, sorry colleagues, and she brought with herself, not one day, but different days, the big team of auditors for Ukraine, which have to make an audit of how Ukraine is spreading the American support, military and financial support. I will not be surprised if they will say that everything is great, there is no any problem with this support in Ukraine, because we understand this. All these auditors were sent by the White House, and of course they are not going to criticize the White House. But the statements of these auditors could be can be absolutely different after the administration in the White House will be changed after the next presidential election in the United States. In any case, I think the main goal of Victoria Nuland's visit to Ukraine is not Zaluzhny-Zelensky case. Even she talked about this with Ukrainian counterparts. The main case is a weakening of United States presence in Ukraine. I'm talking about the few activists, journalists in Ukraine, and heads of a big financial companies in Ukraine who are under the pressure of special forces in Ukraine and informational pressure last weeks. All these persons like Bigus, Nicolau, Mazepa, or Fiala, they have strong ties with the United States. But in the last weeks, they are in very deep pressure from Ukrainian side, and maybe it's a sign that of weakening United States is Ukraine because of long time absence of financial and military support from United States, which are blocked in the Congress of the United States by Republicans. Nuland came to Ukraine to show that United States this game, and the United States, even taking account these problems with support of Ukraine, is not going to left Ukraine. So Nuland brought new bombs to Ukraine, but it's new old bombs, because the first time was announced about these bombs to Ukraine 1 year ago. And during this, in the first day of this visit, one of the high chiefs of the Special Investigation Service of Ukraine, who was responsible maybe for illegal watching, for pro-Western mass media, was also dismissed from his position. Also, very important news for Ukraine this week, it's European help for Ukraine. European Council made a decision to give Ukraine 50 billion euros for the next 4 years. Of course, it's a great decision. It's very helpful decision for Ukraine, but this decision has a lot of underwater stones. At first, we have to understand that this 50 billion euros will be given for Ukraine in the nearest 4 years. It means not more than 12.5 billion per year every time. The second, if we take into account this 50 billion, we have to understand that only 33 billion it's a credit which Ukraine has to give back in some time with the persons, of course, but another 17 billion. It's a money which European Union is going to take off like incomes of on frozen Russian financial assets. It's incomes from the frozen Russian assets, financial assets. But there is a problem that incomes for the previous year we are not able to take, because there was not such type of legislation to take the incomes for the previous year. When we are talking about the incomes for this year or next years, that also should be prepared a new legislation, which is still absent in Europe. So if we are talking about this 17 million, it's a grant. There is no legal base for it to take this money, to give this money for Ukraine, so Ukraine can wait this money for a long time. Moreover, this help from European Union help. I'm not sure. Can I name it like a help? This support for Ukraine also will be divided in time gaps. Ukraine will take this support every three months. But European Union stated a few demands for Ukraine to obtain this support. And these demands is quite widely spread, starting from the anti-corruption, ending the human rights and minority rights, and ending in very interesting topic, ending the multi-partial parliamentary system in Ukraine, and ending on the supporting an effective democratic mechanism in Ukraine. But for me, it's more interesting this thesis about the multi-party parliamentary system in Ukraine. Does it mean that European Union insists in forming Ukraine of new parliamentary coalition, which may insist for and may include many Ukrainian parties? Does it mean that European Union wants to see the new Ukrainian government, coalition government? In any case, these are signals for the Ukrainian side that European Union want to spread, to divide the monopower of Mr. Zelensky. So it will be very difficult to lead all these demands. They are very widely described, and there is no very straight marks how to evaluate them in the future. It will be a very hard task in Ukraine. And the last one is also very important, that the European Union is going to review all this program after 2 years, in 2 years. In any case, in 2 years, we will see another European Union Commission, because we have a parliamentary election in the European Union June this year, and so on. Ursula von der Leyen and Michel will not be in their post in 2 years. So the new team of European Commission can review this program in quite an opposite way, like now. So, very important decision for Ukraine, but there are a lot of underwater things which we have to remind in any case. Thank you, friends, for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Please write down your question, and we will continue to describe the situation in Ukraine and around Ukraine honestly and timely as we do. Thank you.